Rashad, why you
Anyways,
didn't hit me up?
Rashad. Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.
Yo. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 10K subs. Now it's late stream or early, depending on how you look at the days and how you look at time and schedule, all of those concepts. Right. So I say all of this to say I'm here. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I woke up and I was about to stream, and then I was really just like, didn't I interview Crystal Dunn? And I looked it up and I saw that I did, and I saw that I already had posted it and everything. So I was like, okay, let me show some love here and then do a reel for her. Just because she's really important to women's soccer and Black athletes and Black, everything like that. And I always want to honor the legends and give them their moment. So it was worth it. Spent the extra hour on that, chopping that down and editing that. So that's up. Probably it's a long day tomorrow. We got a game tomorrow night. So, it'll be a long day with a regular work day and then the game tomorrow night. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So I guess I probably won't stream tomorrow night after the game. I probably won't. That's how I'm feeling right now. But you never know. I might have like just a burst of motivation to keep going because I'm so close to like my end of the month goals. And, I really want to kind of, put you over there, Without further ado, let's get into the reason why you're here. You're here for the news. You're here for the bars. The reason why we listen to 21 and the boy, the bars. I'm Birdman. In Paris. You can't catch me, man. All right, here we go, man. Shout out Phil Lewis, my brother. A Minnesota man allegedly tried to break Luigi Mangione out of jail in New York, authorities said. Here we go, ABC News. Here's the thing. A Minnesota man allegedly tried to break Luigi Mangione out of jail in New York. Law enforcement sources told ABC News. Mark Anderson, 36, was charged Thursday with impersonating a federal agent after authorities said he showed up to the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn claiming to be an FBI agent with a court order to release Mangione, sources said. That's crazy. Like, people, they doing anything for this man. From Aaron Cattersky. Shout out Aaron Cattersky. A Minnesota man allegedly tried to break Luigi Mangione out of jail in New York. Law enforcement sources told ABC News. Mark Anderson, 36, was charged Thursday with impersonating a federal agent after authorities said he showed up to the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, claiming to be an FBI agent with a court order to release Mangione, sources said. Mangione is being held in MDC-Brooklyn while he awaits a federal and state trials for the A-style unaliving of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in December 2024. Anderson allegedly approached the intake area inside the MDC and claimed that he had paperwork, quote unquote, signed by a judge authorizing the release of a specific inmate, according to the criminal complaint. The complaint does not name Mangione, but law enforcement sources told ABC News that is who Anderson was seeking. When the Bureau of Prisons personnel asked to see Anderson's credential, federal prosecutors said he showed them a Minnesota driver's license and threw at the BOP officers numerous documents. Anderson said he had weapons in his bag, and inside the bag was a barbecue fork and a pizza cutter, according to the criminal complaint. During the court appearance on Thursday, Magistrate George Taryn Markell ordered Anderson detained, deciding he is a risk of flight and danger to the community. Anderson has multiple open criminal cases in the Bronx. Meanwhile, Mangione is due in court on Friday, and the judges overseeing his federal case may decide if the penalty will remain a sentencing option if he's convicted. Let me see. Mark Anderson. Mark Anderson. Let me see. The Bronx. The Bronx. Is there a photo of him? I don't think we have photos of him. Okay. All right, cool. Next scene, next. Full. Skate. Full. Martin Luther King Jr.'s work with gang members in Chicago shows how he valued that part of the young people and part of the Black freedom struggle. Shouts out to Phil Lewis once again for posting this. I thought it was interesting, so I'm going to read it. Martin Luther King Jr., we don't know. Though Martin Luther King Jr., we don't know. His work with gang members in Chicago shows how much he valued that part played by young people in the Black freedom struggle. This is written by Janine Theo Harris. In June 1966, Martin Luther King Jr. and the Chicago Freedom Movement convened in the Summit. This is no ordinary meeting. The Turf Masters in the first annual convention brought together 200 members of 8 different Chicago gangs: Black, white, Native American, Mexican, Puerto Rican, including some female affiliates. The all-day meeting aimed to end violence among gangs and develop their leadership in the challenging city's segregation and advocating for the community's needs. It was the culmination of months of efforts by King, staff of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, and local organizers. This King, who spent countless hours in 1966 working with gang members, is not the King we know. While liberals often decry Republican misuse of Martin Luther King at the holiday, the civil rights leader is still too often rendered as a distance from and even critical of the urban youth. The binary still exists in popular history, as well as most scholarship, that it was only Malcolm X who worked with and appealed to the urban youth, particularly criminalized young men, not also King. Distorted by respectability politics. Ooh, clock it. Even with the many progressives, this popular notion that Dr. King comfortably places his work in the past with little reverence to address the people and the struggles we confront today. Most biographies and documentaries place Black urban youth, particularly gang members, as simple antagonists to the civil rights leader by 1966. To reckon King's actual work with gang members and their mutual respect is to see a King who speaks to our times, a King who listened and worked to cultivate leadership of young people, even the most criminalized, a King who called out police brutality, housing segregation, school inequality, and job exclusion, and a King who brought in young people as key participants in the Black freedom struggle. While many of the city officials and Black leaders saw gang members only as a problem to be dealt with, King saw them as political actors with potential for the community leadership and foregrounded the structural violence they and their families face. In late May 1963, at a Freedom Fund fundraiser in a rally organized by Mahalia Jackson, King made very clear that Chicago was segregated as Birmingham. By the mid-1960s, he was characterizing Chicago segregation as a form of quote-unquote domestic colonialism, where profit was made by Black immiseration. Hold on, I think it's immiseration. Hold on, let me see. Shout out Casanat, man.
Immiseration.
Made from Black immiseration, which means rapid modernization that had a impact on the level of urban immiseration. Oh, it's economic impoverishment. Okay. Where we at? Neighborhood jobs ranging from sanitation to teaching didn't go to Black people who lived there. The police acted as if he called quote unquote enforcers of the present system of exploitation, and a group of Black elected officials helped to do the machine's bidding to hide and justify the city's deep inequality. Chicago's segregation and job discrimination were relentless. By 1965, almost 1 million Black people, basically equal to the entire Black population of Alabama, lived in Chicago, mostly squeezed into 2 ghettos, the term King and most Black Chicagoans used at the time, on the South Side and the West Side. Schools grew so overcrowded that the city put many Black schools on the quote-unquote double shifts, a euphemism for reducing the school day by half, so that one group of Black students attended in the morning and another in the afternoon, and brought trailers for extra classrooms. King criticized the police for focusing on the control of the black community so that they might be, quote unquote, kept in line. One study found that black men in Chicago stood just as far as white men on the occupational ladder in the 1961 as they had in 1910. During the summer in 1969, young black male Chicagoans had an unemployment rate of 31%. Segregation and job discrimination were central to why gangs proliferated. Chicago had a history of white gangs dating back to the 19th century, including the Hamsburg Athletic Club and Roggins Colts, both of which grew enormous political influence in the city. The Hamburg Athletic Club helped ignite Chicago's 1919 race riot, during which 38 people passed away, including 23 black people unalived by police and white mobs. Richard J. Daley had joined the club as a teenager before the riot, and he became president in 1924, holding the post for 15 years. He used that leverage to muscle it to climb the ranks of Chicago's Democratic machine, becoming mayor in 1955. Faced with the violence of white gangs, the city's relentless segregation and exclusion from employment, many young black Chicagoans turned to gangs for protection, community, and participation in an informal economy. The Vice Lords were on one of the biggest black gangs on the west side, along with the Egyptian Cobras. On the south side, perhaps the most formidable were the Blackstone Rangers, numbering about 2,000, and the Disciples. As the number of black and Latino gangs increased and grew political, they became a police obsession. A robust set of movements in Chicago in the early 1960s had challenged the city's segregated schools, beaches, housing, and jobs. Their organizing had impressed King, who traveled to the city to join their struggles. But daily political machine was relentless, and little change had resulted. King and the SCLC decided to join forces with Chicago's Coordinating Council of Community Organizations and the base of the SCLC's first Northern campaign in the city, expand that struggle in 1965. The Chicago Freedom Movement faced a devastating blow in October when President Lyndon B. Johnson, at Daley's behest, stopped the enforcement of the Civil Rights Act against Chicago's segregated schools. But the CFM doubled down, and the Kings moving to Chicago to challenge the city's segregation. King had a lot of contact with Chicago gang members from the start. His first night in town, a group of Vice Lords came by the King's apartment as a show of power. A Vice Lords member, Lawrence Johnson, later explained to Mary Lou Finley, quote unquote, the great civil rights leader was in Chicago, in our hood, on our turf. Johnson and other gang members ended up going to visit King's apartment repeatedly, often for extended conversation and debate. Quote unquote, we had ideological struggles. Well, you could call them respectful arguments, Johnson said. You couldn't help but fall in love with him, to admire him, to want to protect him. The CFM sought to build a broad-based movement to challenge slumnism via school boycotts, rent strikes, anti-eviction work, and gang organizing to both prevent the violence among gangs and to bring these young people into organizing against the city's housing and school segregation. Many people questioned why King wanted to recruit gang members. The Blackstone Ranger leader, Jeff Ford, wrote that he saw King saw, quote unquote, wealth in numbers of the young people affiliated with the street organizations and how organized they were. King's goals were twofold, according to Ford. First, to, quote unquote, change how the government was treating his black and poor people. And second, quote unquote, to change the violence that black people were inflicting upon themselves. According to Doris Crenshaw, who had grown up and been active in Montgomery during the bus boycott and then joined the SCLC's efforts in Chicago, one reason the CFM worked with gangs was because gang members were not afraid. The climate of fear for black people in Chicago was intense. Daley's outsized power and many levels of punishment he deployed against those who stepped out of line. The hostility of the police and sundown towns that dotted the metro area made Chicago feel brutal and more hostile than Montgomery, Crenshaw told me. City officials, the media, and even some SCLC denigrated King's work with gang members. He stuck it out anyway. Dang, wow. Wow. I wanted to say what a gangster, I guess. Other local civil rights and community leaders said that King spent most Friday nights with gang members, talking to them about Chicago's corrupt politicians, abusive police, complicit preachers, and the ways that they were mistreated by the system. He also negotiated to keep the peace among rival gangs, underlying their potential for leadership. These discussions were not just about nonviolence, but addressed structural racism, political strategy, and the urban political economy of the city. As one young man told him, quote unquote, I've been in the basement all my life, and I've been trying to get out of the basement, but I'm still here. Ford emphasized, quote unquote, how attentive a listener King was. He didn't leave when they challenged him. Even if they didn't always agree, two factors garnered respect from a broad swath of gang members, according to Ford. King's commitment to stand up to all of those, quote unquote, who were oppressed, and the fact that he, quote unquote, stood on it. That is, he displayed both courage and the ability to back it up, quote unquote. A warrior without a gun, Ford called him. Coretta Scott King wrote in her memoir that over that time, many of those gang members became, quote unquote, very protective over her husband, explaining that, quote unquote, we never encouraged their protection, even though we understood they were always around. Daily, other Chicagoans and journalists reached out to the cultural explanations to justify the city's inequities and saw punishment as a key way to deal with the problems of the Black youth. King took exception to that approach. Behavioral explanations for Black poverty and segregation, he pointed out, quote unquote, means having your legs cut off and then being condemned for being crippled. Young Black students like Fort were pushed out of school, while white teenagers who caused trouble were counseled and given opportunities for redemption. Wow. When a white woman asked why Black people hadn't just cleaned up their neighborhoods, King replied, that's the job of sanitation. King's many experiences with police abuse over the years: slammed down on the counter, half Nelson, choked, kicked, shackled, and chained for hours, picked up by his pants and shoved into a police van, also connected him to these young men. Members of the American Civil Liberties Union were invited to the Turf Masters Summit to interview young police about police brutality that they had experienced for lawsuits against the Chicago Police Department. The conference sought to build a powerful political front, both to end violence among gangs, which was leading to dozens of unalivings in the Black youth, and to turn these young people's energy and vision towards advocating for their community's needs and enlarging the civil rights struggle. That Saturday, over coffee and food, participants mapped out the power of nonviolent direct action, the commonalities facing poor Black, Latino, and white Chicagoans, and the united front needed to take on the most powerful political machine in the nation. They created a council comprising committees on housing, health, education, employment, welfare, and recreation, with 2 members of every gang on each committee. Wow, he put them boys to work. The young man immediately got to work. The SCLC's James Orange, who had been working with Chicago gang members for nearly a year, was in awe, quote unquote. Those guys sat down and started talking about working together. From that period on, we worked with these guys. A month after the summit, more than 30,000 Chicagoans braved 98-degree heat for a rally at Soldier Field, and 5,000 marched afterward to City Hall, tackling the CFM's demand to the door. Members of the Black Stone Rangers, disciples, and vice lords turned out. Some carried Black power signs, including some depicting and the slogans "Freedom Now," quote unquote, and quote unquote, "We shall overcome." Wow. This is great. This is a great. I did not know this. After hearing one of King's lieutenants say, quote unquote, gang fighters weren't wanted because, quote unquote, they weren't going to do nothing but disrupt the rally, they walked out. Many of King's biographies mentioned these tensions, but rarely did King did next, quote unquote. He invited a handful of gang members to his apartment. A member of the Vice Lords remembered him making it clear what they have heard. It did not reflect his own beliefs, telling the group that, quote unquote, he didn't know who made that statement, but he did need us. 2 days later, on another brutally hot day, the police turned off the open fire hydrant on the west side, which they rarely did in nearby white neighborhoods. Few pools were available to overheated Black children, while in most of Chicago's beaches were effectively whites only. When the hydrant on the west side was turned back on, the police ascended to make an arrest. Some Black Chicagoans responded by throwing rocks and bottles at the police car. The police came out in force, 30 squads deep, beating up and then arresting half a dozen teenagers. The already angry crowd escalated from rocks to Molotov cocktails, and smashed the store and car windows. Man. That's sad. A massive police crackdown ensued, with officers using tear gas and wielding machine guns. Oops. The uprising continued. After hearing what happened, King and CFM co-chair Al-Rabi went down to the police station to help the kids who had been beaten and arrested. That night, they held a big meeting with nearly 1,000 restive young people at Shiloh Baptist Church before walking the streets over the following days, trying to prevent further violence. Frustrated by years of Black demands that have produced little change in city segregated schools, slum housing, and brutal policing, more people joined the uprising and the police bore down. Daley asked the governor to call in the National Guard and tried to blame King, claiming, quote unquote, someone has to train these youngsters. The national media covered uprising assiduously. Hold on. Assiduously. With great care and perseverance. Assiduously. Uprising assiduously. Much more than housing issues and desperately overcrowded schools that the movement had been exposing for years. The Johnson administration, worried about the uprising, sent John Doerr, Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights, Roger Wilkins, Director of the Federal Community Relations Service, to Chicago. They arrived at King's apartment around midnight on July 15th. They found King sitting on the floor of a hot and stuffy room with a large group of vice lords, Roman saints, and cobras. Doerr and Wilkins were stunned to witness the discussion of strategies of nonviolence, the gang members' experiences with the police, and the kinds of injustice taking place in the city to continue for the next 4 hours. The relationship that King and his field staff had been building with these gangs over the many months bore fruit when Roman Saints leaders Richard Peanut Tidwell persuaded that some of the other young men to head out into the night and help calm people down. It worked. Young gang members, not the National Guard or Daley, led Chicago out of uprising, thanks in part to the relationship they had built with King. But that's not how it was seen by many Chicagoans and others across the nation. Northern liberals, including many white Chicagoans, wanted to distinguish their own segregation from the South and gaslit Black people. And then they were shocked when the frustration boiled over. That sounds interesting. Sounds familiar. Black Chicagoans were largely cast as alienated and angry, the cause of their own problems, and unwilling to repudiate violence. Let me see.
Repudiate.
Unwilling to repudiate violence, erasing years of Chicago's nonviolent movements and the ways these young men joined the struggle. At the beginning of the summer, Jerome Huey, a Black 17-year-old from Southside, had gone from a job interview in Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm not from Illinois. How you pronunciation?
Cicero.
Okay. Oh, Cicero. I've heard of Cicero. Had gone from a job interview in Cicero and been by 4 young white men. The Chicago Freedom Movement decided to launch a series of open housing marching into some of the city's all-white sundown neighborhoods and picketed real estate agencies in neighborhoods that refused to sell or rent to Black people. According to the 1960 census, only 7 of 100,000 people who lived on the Southside neighborhoods of Gage Park and Marquette Park were non-white. Thousands of white Chicagoans poured out of their homes and attacked the marchers, lobbing rocks and firecrackers, yelling racist epithets. Hold on. I actually know this word. That's the craziest part. I actually know that Epithet. Sorry, my bad. Yelling racist epithets. The SELC's Andrew Young found the mobs of men, women. Andrew Young, friend of the channel. A mob of men, women, and children were bigger and in some ways, quote unquote, far more frightening than what the SELC had encountered in the South. Gang members participated in the marches from the beginning, with many serving as marshals. Members from different gangs were paired, quote unquote, so they get to know each other, Orange explained. This cross-gang organizing led to a temporary truce in the city. It took only 2 or 3 marches before, quote unquote, they saw who the real enemy was, he said. Even after they were attacked by white mobs with blood flowing from their wounds, King praised their fortitude and saw that they continued not to retaliate, not one of them with violence. Wow. The Rangers, wow. Martin Luther King had gang members doing nonviolent marches after being attacked by the police, and they were still nonviolent. Twin. Come on now, that's crazy. The Rangers started wearing baseball gloves to catch bottles and rocks being thrown at the marchers. Wow. Bruh, but you know what this remind me of? What they say, when they said all that, right? They said cross gangs, so they get to know each other, all the different gangs and stuff. It reminded me of this moment, bruh. Shouts out to that boy. They died like us. Shout out to Cuzzos with the Cuzzos. I'm ready to find a man. I got with her because she bad. Shout out Russell Rushbrook, man. Shouts out to the West. Shout out Schoolboy Q, man. Shout out J-Rock, man. Absolutely. TDE. Black Hippie. Big Boy. Where Big Boy at? Big Boy somewhere in here. We got a few friends of the channel in here. J-Rock. Okay. There's Big Boy right there. There he is. Shout out to the West. Shout out Steve Lacy. DeMar DeRozan. Boogie in the building, man. Huh? Roddy Rich. The Box. Huh? Cuzzos. Yeah, shout out to the West. We're at 310 Bobby. Left, right. Let me see you do it. Left, do it. Right, do it. DJ Head, friend of the channel. There you go, 310. Russell Westbrook, friend of the channel. Yeah. Tommy the Clown. Ray Vaughn. Shouts out. All right, anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. On August 5th, King was hit in the head with a rock the size of a fish. Goshly. Many others were hurt. Deeply frustrated, Jeff Ford called a meeting of the leaders of the Rangers, known as Main 21, that evening to discuss the violence and hostility they kept encountering. They were tired of being targets of violence and questioned the efficacy, right? The efficiency, like I would, yeah. Hold on, but let me see how to pronounce it though. Shout out Casanat.
Efficacy.
All right, yeah, efficacy, yeah. And questioned the efficacy of the protest. On top of that, they had seen themselves as King's guardians, and he'd gotten hurt. King came to the meeting and listened while they vented about the terrors of the past week's marches. After listening for a while, according to Reverend Al Sampson, King posed a question, quote unquote, if a building was burning down and you had the ability to save it, what would you do? The young man, angry at what seemed like a leading question, Sampson recounted. Mother effer, don't F with us, they told King, angry about what they saw on Sunday school, Sunday school sermonizing. Everybody know you use water to put the goddamn fire out. King asked again, and they grew angrier. Then King said, water is another option, my brothers, because you don't put water out with fire. You don't put fire out with fire. Ooh! And told them that they represented the water of, quote unquote, our people, the sustenance of life. Ooh! They were the water. It was the power and their willingness to stand up and challenge inequalities their communities were facing that they would make a difference. Sampson said the next day, these same gang members, quote unquote, were out catching bricks with us. Bernard Lafayette of the SCLC, who has spent hundreds of hours over the past year working with gang members alongside Orange and King, explained how these gang members work in marches, quote unquote, brought the best out of them. The SCLC's work cultivating their community leadership, he said, quote unquote, showed the potential of what could happen if people were given some direction and support and a community to do something creative and positive in their communities. But that's the opposite of how Chicago movement was framed by the media and at the time, subsequent historians. Hold on, my bad. Let me. I had to unplug my phone. Where we at? Okay, here we go. How the Chicago movement was framed by the media at the time and many subsequent historians. The prevailing narrative in most treatments of King and FCLC's Chicago campaign is that King and the CFM had lost credibility with urban young people, and that was part of the reason why they quote unquote failed in Chicago. In actuality, the CFM's work with gangs grew dividends. Wow. Determined to carry on their work and with community organizations now wanting to support gang organizing, in 1967, the Black Stone Rangers put out a musical review, Opportunity Please Not, with jazz pianist Oscar Brown. Then with the Woodland organization, they got a grant from the War on Poverty's Office of Economic Opportunity and Job Training with gang members. Many young men from the Rangers and Egyptian Cobras journeyed to D.C. after King was in 1968 to take part of the Poor People's Campaign. The Rangers had begun to build an alliance with the Black Panthers that the FBI helped disrupt in 1969. Also in 1969, along with Reverend Jesse Jackson and C.T. Vivian, the Rangers, disciples, and lords organized the masses to take on racism of the city's construction trades, shutting down numerous federal construction sites until they made a commitment to hiring Black workers, later broken by Daley. Daley, the Chicago Police Department, and the FBI found the politicalization of these gangs threatening and built a massive law enforcement campaign to destroy them. Daley knew that, the Hamburg Club experience and political power gangs could amass and abhorred this emerging political power base. In 1967, CPD formed the Gang Intelligence Unit, which had Black undercover officers infiltrate gangs, break the truce between the Rangers, the disciples, and push them towards criminal pursuits. So I want to go to this tweet today. I want to go to this tweet, or yesterday, whatever day you guys want to consider it to be. But Sexy Red, she asked this question, and yeah, so here we go with that. She said, "Why do y'all keep saying I work with the CIA? What is that supposed to mean?" And so someone said, "You are a government agent sent to destroy the Black community. You only promote negative things, such as, but not limited to, promiscuity, overconsumption of alcohol and drugs, gang banging, robbery, unalivings, wasting money on jewelry, designer clothes, etc. Terrible diets." So when you see this, that's the exact thing. The CPD in 1967 formed the Gang Intelligence Unit, which had Black undercover officers infiltrate gangs, break the truce between the Rangers, disciples, and push them towards criminal pursuits. There you go. Wow. So they're being too powerful. They're forming political gangs and everything like that to try to take us down, take down the system. They realize who the real enemies are. So you know what? Go in there and nah, bro, F that. Let's slang on the block. That's crazy. By 1969, gang violence had dropped, and in part to the gang's politicalization. But it was then that Daley, the police, and Cook County's state's attorney, Edward Hanrahan, declared a war on drugs. Wow. The police went relentless in arresting gang members. I seen thing today, I was watching Tyrann Mathieu talk about how he got kicked out of LSU. And he was saying, it's crazy seeing how normalized marijuana is, and it's allowed for athletes in the NBA with drug testing, when he almost lost his life and lost his career to marijuana just a few years prior, about 10 years prior. So that's just something to see, still how harsh the law and people are on marijuana, and everything like that, and it's just they say, the war on drugs. The police were relentless in arresting gang members, sabotaging alliances, and feeding information to the press and sympathetic congressmen. Wow. So pushing false narratives. Wow. I remember my first job out of school, I was working in Douglas County in Douglasville. And shouts out to LeBron, friend of the channel, the star student from Douglas County High School, and he now is a freshman at Morehouse College in Atlanta. But my first job there was like this gang bus and stuff, and it was this big arrest, and we reported on it. And then I was just looking at what the people were saying, and I was like, just went down the pipe hole and on Facebook and stuff, and I saw that it was just a music group just hanging out, and they just had like lots of weed and stuff like that. Obviously, making music. They say this is not no gang, this is just a musical group. And so I like came back to the police chief with that, and he said, well, regardless if they're a music group or not, we've done an investigation, our department has, and what they did with the amount of people they had, it goes under the characterization of a gang. And I just thought I thought it was important for me to learn what the community was saying, what they were actually saying, and then pose that question at least to the police chief, so we can include it in the story and everything like that. I feel like that's more helpful reporting than just taking what the police says as law and then just running with it and okay, thanks police chief, and then moving about your day. Like, no, like learn what the community is saying, learn what the people are saying, get ingrained with the streets so you can accurately tell the story as the best way possible. Like that stuff matters. Like, I don't know. Hey, that's what journalism is, bro. All right, here we go. The police were relentless in arresting gang members, sabotaging alliances, and feeding information to the press and sympathetic congressmen. The GIU had tremendous sway with the prosecutors and judges and got high bail set. Shout out to Marley Went. Shout out, Marley for sure over there in the Chi-Town. Shouts out all my people, Joycey. You know what I mean? Thick Daphne. Who else? All my people over there in Chicago. Mojo Brooks, you know what I mean? Seeking to push them back to criminal pursuits. The unit made hundreds and hundreds of arrests, though most of them didn't hold up, and spread misinformation to the press and even the U.S. Senate. The Atlantic, in a two-part series on the Rangers in 1969, flagged the role of the Chicago police and the media in hyping a sense of constant fear of the Blackstone Rangers, pointing out, quote unquote, much of the information passed on the press is shown to have no substance upon thorough investigation. But these police efforts were devastatingly successful. It is time to reckon with Martin Luther King Jr.'s work with gangs, too often positioned at odds with the Black urban youth. He is regularly name-checked in these Harangu young activists. Hold on now. Harangued. Here we go. He is regularly name-checked to harangue young activists who push too aggressively against the status quo. Be more like King. Young people are scolded, yet King himself dismissed and as unreasonable, treated as an un-American, and relentlessly policed. Be more like King, they say, when probably the greatest gift of his leadership were the ways that he recognized the power and leadership and potential of young people, even the most criminalized, quote unquote. I have more in common with these young people than with anybody else in the movement, King said towards the end of his life, as Harry Belafonte recounted in his memoir, My Song, quote unquote. I feel their rage. I feel their pain. I feel their frustration. It's the system that's the problem, and it's choking the breath out of their lives, out of our lives. That's real. This was a great story, bro. What a great story. Let me see the comments. Check inbox. King's goals were too for the fort to change how the government was treating poor and Black people. Yeah. We need more content like this. MLK rock with gangbangers? Shout out to Flight. They didn't have Crips and Bloods, Vice Lords, or GDs in the 60s. He didn't encounter demons without a conscience who didn't encounter the crack epidemic. All right. Yeah. Wasn't captured on, so they keep sweeping it under the rug. All like Renee Gooden. Yeah, rest in peace, man. Keith Porter Jr. for sure. Let me swing these over so I have this. Hold on now. I need to get back. Where we at? Hold on. Let me get back right now. I like folks now. All right, cool. I found that. Get this right. Make sure everything's good. We good. All right, I believe we are good. Hold on, let me check this. The sign up. Okay, cool. All right. Let me keep the stream moving. Good morning to everybody on the East Coast who's waking up. It's 5:55 on the East Coast, almost 6 a.m. Y'all getting that last day of work in of the last regular work week. If you work different hours, that's cool too. Welcome into the stream. Okay, here we go. Sonya Massey, the person who ended Sonya Massey's life, he has now been sentenced officially. This is from attorney Ben Crump. Breaking, former deputy Sean Grayson has been sentenced to 20 years after being convicted of second-degree unaliving of Sonya Massey, 36-year-old Black woman, mother, who was fatally in our own home after calling police for help. What happened? 20 years to me is crazy. Crazy as in like crazy short. Sonya Massey splashed a pot of boiling hot water on this man, and he ended her life at 36 years old. A mother, like, crazy. Like, you can't take boiling water, bro. You can't. You ain't never cooked before, and what you gonna do? You gonna pop the pot if you do it to yourself? Like, that was the equivalent of what he did. So only 20 years. Why you police is crazy for that. I'm not gonna lie to you. And even if it was like, okay, she used it to attack, like, what's she gonna do? And you was gonna be like, and then she was gonna hit you upside the head with you already had multiple officers in the home, and she called to get help. I don't know. It's just, I don't even want to get worked up again, man. Prayers to Sonya Massey's family. And yeah. Next is Candace Owens. Someone made a page trolling Candace Owens. I want to see it. It's my first time watching this.
So it was a philosophy class called Senior Sem, and he used to come in every day with a debacle, and he would ask us.
I did not know this.
To just work through the philosophical question. I remember that whole debacle. This debacle with her earrings. The Hamptons debacle came up. The Brett Kavanaugh hearings and debacle involved in this entire debacle. Okay, the FISA debacle. His recent non-vote on the FISA debacle, Kanye West debacle, Christ is King debacle to Christ is King debacle. That's the Jeffrey Epstein debacle. And Jeffrey Epstein, this whole debacle, could never had any sort of a debacle ever in my life. I think that these people are not humans, that they're sentinels that maybe look like humans. That
what a debacle. Anybody else feel the same way?
So it was a philosophy class called Senior Sem, and
I did not. This is. Bro, that's funny, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And then the laugh after the lady said debacle it's hilarious. Like, she was laughing like, that's not how you say it. Hold on.
Get comfortable. Get comfortable, you guys, because it is going to be a long week. I have so many explosive revelations to share with you.
Revelations. All right. Okay. Revelations. All right, bro. Keep it pushing. Next. Bro, why they make a whole page trolling this woman, bro? Why did they take her? Why they make a whole page trolling this woman, bro? Leave that woman alone, bro. Leave that woman alone, bro. Oh my gosh, bro, that's funny. All right, man. I'm becoming delirious, bro. It's time to go to sleep. Go back to sleep, bro. Shout out to Lauren LaRosa, man, friend. Family. That's family. You know what I'm saying? She said yesterday it was announced that Lauryn Hill will be doing. What is this? Oh, dang. I forgot. Bro, I ordered some groceries, bro. It says, your food coming in a couple hours, bro. I'm cooked. Oh, snap. I got to sleep with the phone next to me, bro, because I'm over it, bro. I ain't going to hear nothing. Nathaniel. Yesterday, it was announced that Lauryn Hill would be doing a tribute to D'Angelo and Roberta Flack at this year's Grammy Awards taking place this Sunday, February 1st, 2026. However, D'Angelo's son, Michael Archer Jr., also the son of Angie Stone, says he received no invite from the Academy to even attend the Grammys. An exclusive statement to me, Michael, also known as Swavo Twain, tells me, quote unquote, I want to start by expressing my gratitude to the Recording Academy for honoring my father's legacy on one of the biggest nights in music. Any recognition of his impact and contributions to the culture truly mean a lot to my family and me. It would have been a pleasure to attend, but unfortunately, my siblings and I haven't received an invitation to be a part of the moment celebrating our parents' lives and work. We remain thankful for the acknowledgement of my father and for the love that people continue to show his music and legacy. Our respect for what Pops built will always come first. And there's no way out, and every time my sunshine is gone. Love you, girl. You be on it. But there's no way out. They could have named him D'Angelo, and it would have been a mix of both of their names. And yet they called him just chill, bro. Chill. The Academy, the Grammys, responded to the above claims that they had not invited D'Angelo and Angie Stone's son, Michael Archer Jr., to this year's show amidst the news of Lauryn Hill in memoriam tribute for D'Angelo with the below. An Academy rep confirmed that the organizers have been in touch with D'Angelo's daughter, Imani, and D'Angelo's brother, Luther, and they are both set to attend the show. Dang, so they invited what? So they invited everybody except for the most famous one? He the most famous one because he Angie Stone kid too. My sunshine. Shout out to Seven. Hey, shout out to 7-man famous special kids. You know, the son of Andre 3000, Andre Benjamin, and Erica Badu. Excuse me. So yeah. Shouts out to 7 as well. Shout out Blue Ivy. All this, big kids. You know what I mean. And then here's the update. An update here. The CEO of the Grammys had his team contact me looking to be in place of contact with Michael Jr., D'Angelo's son. His team claims that they've been trying to get in contact with Michael for some time. They said they saw my coverage of his non-invite on the Breakfast Club, so they reached out to extend the invite. Personally, I've placed them in contact. A story is developing. Wait, so I'm confused. The family was never contacted? Now this is investigative journalism. Dang good journalism. Lauren doing Scott's works. Good. Shout out to Lauren for sure. They didn't think about inviting his kids before your report. I mean, especially like the son of like Angie Stone as well. Like Angie Stone was big too. Don't go, son. Say you have a scheduled appointment, maybe some personnel. Nah, go, bro. Don't do that. I don't like when people do that. No, you ain't gonna show up and all that. Shout out to Lauren LaRosa. That's what it's all about, bro. She's great. She's really great. You talk about seizing your opportunity. Lauren LaRosa seized her opportunity. That's years of hard work, and she's just continuing to work hard, but just now with a platform. Why not keep going? The economics of a Super Bowl. Alex O'Hannon. First time I've been a founder to break down a Super Bowl ad like this. They brought all the receipts. Get deep down into the economics of an ad of a big game. So here it is. In 2026, oh no, I don't know if oh Lord, can I do another one of these on stream for context for people watching the replay? Rashad, just do it. Bro, I have some groceries coming in an hour. I think we're gonna table this topic. We're gonna table this story, and we're gonna read the full thing the next stream. So I'm not rushing through it or anything like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right. I'm respect Serena Williams and her husband, and we're gonna do it like that, bro. All right. Okay, cool. My sunshine had gone, and there's a way out, and I will way out through the storm. My sunshine. Rest in peace to Angie Stone, man. All right, hold on. All right, let me scroll back up. Get back right. I'll make her say, hey, you're back, going around, say, get you a bed. Shout out JP. 160 appearances, 25 goals, FIFA World Cup, Women's World Cup, and U20 FIFA Women's World Cup champion, Olympic gold medalist, and one legendary career. Crystal Dunn has officially announced her retirement from professional soccer. We hear. For those of you who didn't know, so I just gave that whole spiel, right, about how I have like life that happens. Like my day starts in 2 hours right now, and I'm on stream. The reason why the stream is so late / early is because I realized I was like, I thought I had an interview with Crystal Dunn. I did. So I chopped it up to do a short. It took an hour because halfway through it, the program crashed and I had to start all the way from scratch. And I started all the way from scratch and I finished it and I uploaded it. And so I say all of this to say that is the reason why I'm losing an hour of sleep tonight. And I'm okay with it because we have to honor our legends and thank them while we can. Today, I'm announcing my retirement. This decision has not come easily, but I'm at peace. Hold on, let me reshare because I lost the audio and I will forget. I will forget. When I get to the other videos, I'm gonna be laughing. Y'all ain't gonna hear nothing. Y'all just gonna see me laughing. Today, I'm announcing my retirement. This decision has not come easily, but I'm at peace and deeply fulfilled with all that I've accomplished. I've achieved nearly everything I've dreamed of in the sport and gave it all I had to give. I'm ready to embrace the life that awaits me on the other side. I look forward to spending more time with my family and being a more present mom. This was not a decision made lightly, but this was one made with an immense gratitude for everything I've experienced as a professional soccer player. I've grown through challenges, celebrated incredible triumphs, and cherished every part of the journey. I first kicked the soccer ball at the age of 4, never knowing that it would change my life and bring me so many moments beyond my imagination. Every stage of my career taught me the importance of humility, resilience, and gratitude. My journey wasn't perfect, but it was beautiful, filled with trophies, medals, lessons, and indescribable joy of welcoming a baby along the way. Of course, I did not travel this world alone. I was constantly fueled by the love and support of my family, friends, and truly remarkable teammates and amazing coaches. The locker room became my home away from home. To my teammates, thank you for impacting me both professionally and personally. You pushed me to be better every day, supported me through the tough moments, and helped me cross every finish line. To my coaches and support staff, thank you for guiding, challenging, and believing in me. The lessons that you've given have extended far beyond soccer, and I will carry them into this next chapter of my life. Turning the page is never easy. There's so much history, so many memories tied to the spaces that I'll never experience again. The life of a professional athlete can never truly be replicated, but I'm excited to continue impacting the game from my new perspectives. Thank you all to being a part of this incredible journey. Signed, former NWSL. Oh, you better talk that talk. MVP, Golden Boot winner. You better talk that talk. 3-time Shield winner, 3-time champion, World Cup champion, and Olympic gold medalist, Crystal Dunn. You better say that. My sunshine is gone. Hold on, let me go. I love it. And there's no way out. And I'm going through the storm. Rest in peace, Angie Snow. All right. Next, exposed. You hate to see it. Exposed. Steph Curry positions himself as a social justice advocate, but since the start of the Gaza unalivings, he's invested in 2 Israeli startups by the IDF intelligence operatives, and his co-investors are Zionist fanatics, including Sean McGuire of the Sequoia Capital. Details in the next post. And here's another one. Kevin Durant invested in the Israeli surveillance drone setup. Draymond Green with the IDF. And Curry has multiple Hebrew tattoos, and the owners of the Golden State Warriors are huge Zionists. Makes perfect sense for me. But yeah, Curry is a social activist for the people. Yeah, man. I think all of the literally, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to speak. But this is just what people said. It's just what people said. Okay, next scene, Tusi.
Allow him to be a walk-on. I was gonna allow him to be a walk-on, and I was gonna allow him to be a walk-on, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that no more because we got some more talent that's coming in. No, coach, that ain't what happened. I told you I wasn't coming there no more, and you felt like you wanted to break the news first before I went and told people what school I was going to. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that nigga's a bozo for that. That nigga a bozo. And that was never the conversation. Conversation was never about me being a walk-on or none of that. Conversation was y'all paying for my school. Like, that's what it was. And if he lied, I got receipts. Like, that nigga crazy for that. I told that nigga I wasn't going there no more. That nigga went online and said, yeah, we was gonna allow him to be a walk-on. Like, dang, what? Come on, man. But that's neither here nor there. And no, I do want to say this though. If I was gonna be a walk-on at the university, which I don't mind walking on to a great school, like I understand where I'm trying to get in life. So being a walk-on does not bother me at all. But for him to offer to pay for my school and then get online and say, yeah, I was gonna allow him to walk on. Once I tell you that I don't want to go to the school no more because I'm going to this school, it's kind of lame. I think he was just trying to save face. I ain't gonna lie. I think he was just trying to save face.
What school he going to now?
It be like that, man. What's walking on to me though? If I had to walk on and pay $100,000 for school, okay, cool. My bills ain't even $100,000. I spend $100,000 to go to school. I spend more than $100,000 every month.
That's crazy. 100,000 every month is crazy. Tusi, let me see. What school is Tusi going to? First day, I left out of class. I had a line in my car waiting to take pictures. I should probably take online classes, right? LOL. What school does he go to now? Someone said the hype gonna be over in 2 weeks. Facts. Go Tigers. He go to LSU?
I had to take my last video down because people was in the comments like, University at LSU. Listen, y'all know what I'm at. Come with me for my first day of class at the University of Louisiana State. I'm very excited.
Bro, this man said University of Louisiana State. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. You might not need to be in that school, bro. And Tusi, you're not even like 18. You know how 18-year-olds might not know the official name of the school? If the school's name is LSU, if the school's name is LSU, the LSU stands for Louisiana State University, man.
And if you can't tell, a little bit nervous. I do have one in-person class. For the people that didn't see the video, I do have one in-person class. I wanted to see what the college experience was like. I don't know if that was the smartest thing to do, but we're going to see. Dear Heavenly Father, please watch over me in the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen. Yeah, I'm excited, man. Go Tigers, and let's have fun at LSU, man. I had to take my last video down because people was in the comments.
So this man played for LSU. For real, like. So Tusi go to LSU? So is he playing football at LSU? Oh, let me see. Is he gonna play football at LSU though? See, this is the thing that we don't know. Lane Kiffin. Oh, I can. Okay, be quiet, Rashad. Okay, next. Michael Irvin, transfer portal.
From school to fucking school is not being the cocoon of life. I'm just going to naked. I'm going naked. Coaches can do it. Coaches can do it. Why not? Coaches, they're coaches. But as a kid, I got to teach your ass how to fight. Because you want to have to fight for your damn family. You have to fight on your job. So why are you going over here? Things don't work, I'm leaving. Over things don't work, I'm leaving. Over here, I'm leaving. I'm losing the essence of the cocoon that I'm supposed to be teaching them how to go from a kid to a man because I'm trying to make them chase a man. I'm trying to make them chase a man. We got kids growing up saying everybody get a trophy now. That took fight out of them. Now that when I started, I was a third string receiver. I had to fight and earn my way to first string. Now we saying if you third string, just leave. That takes a fight out of them. Then they got to go out here and fight for their families. Their family's fucking doomed. They're doomed. They're not learning how to fight. And we're talking about that. We're missing the cocoon of life. Damn it, man. Oh, y'all cut out.
Gotta love the playmaker, man. Did he support the you getting Cam Ward, then Carson Beck, then new quarterback? Did he support them getting prime with the Cowboys? They are there because they have fight. It's a new day. Old school. Get out the way. That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like
bouncing around from school.
like y'all best players have been transfers. Even Indiana, bro. Like Fernando is a transfer, bro. Like there's no school there's like big school, whatever, where you were led by a high school kid. They're all transfers now. I don't know the last one where it was like the kid started off there. Like that might be something. Heisman Trophy winners. Trophy winners. History. Right? So let's look at it. Because I know the last two are transfers. Let me see. Let's see how far back it goes. Transfer, Fernando. Travis Hunter, transfer. Jaden Daniels was a transfer. Caleb Williams transferred too, right? From Oklahoma. Bryce Young. He's the last one. Bryce Young's the last kid that was a high school commit and stayed the way through and became that. I think Devontae Smith was too. Joe Burrow was a transfer. Kyler Murray. He stayed, right? Yeah, he stayed. Baker Mayfield. Was Baker Mayfield a transfer? Mayfield transfer. Let me see. Yeah, Texas Tech. So there it is. So he was a transfer. Lamar Jackson, school So most of these kids in the last 10 years are transfers, bro. Like Baker Mayfield transfer. Let me see if Kyler Murray, just to make sure. I don't think Kyler Murray transferred, but let me just make sure. I forgot he used to be on Texas A&M. Transfer. Let me see. I don't think Devontae Smith transferred. Oh, he did? No, that's a cornerback. Wide receiver. No. So he stayed. So here we go. Stayed, transfer. Hold on. Stayed, 3 transfers, so 1 and 3. Stayed, 2 and 3. Stayed, 3 and 3. Caleb Williams transferred, right? He transferred from Oklahoma. Transfer. He did. I thought so. So 3 and 4, 3 and 5, 3 and 6, 3 and 7. So 7 out of the last 10 Heisman Trophy winners all transferred. So there hasn't been outside of, and if you take away just Alabama in general, it's literally just Lamar Jackson. Everybody else, so take out Nick Saban. Eliminate Nick Saban, nobody else has transferred, bro. The only non-transfer big college football star in the last decade was Lamar Jackson. If you take out Nick Saban's program. Crazy, bro. All right, next. What a story here. Abella Danger is looking to become an NFL and sports agent. She's currently at the University of Miami as a law student, and she intends to become a sports agent after earning her degree. It's one heck of a journey to becoming a sports agent. Now, I don't know if you guys knew this, but the way this even came about was like they just showed her in the crowd. ESPN showed her in the crowd during the national championship, and she was crying, like rooting for Miami. People are like, "Is that?" And then went viral. I remember I seen it on stream where I was like, "Why is she trending?" And I saw that she was at the game, and then she was like talking about Fernando Mendoza and his fit with the Las Vegas Raiders. But it was at a convention, and I was like, why are they interviewing her about this at a convention? And why did they post this on a reputable, like on an actual media platform? Like, that's crazy. And then, so now is this. So, hey, congratulations to Abella Danger for kind of pivoting and starting up her career and following a new passion and everything like that. Best of luck to her in this new career and this new pursuit. And, but yeah, like this whole thing is like, what the heck? Shouts out to her. Best of luck to her too in her new endeavors. AU government names. Whoa. Oh, Abella, I think she was on no, I'm thinking of someone else. I thought she was on Clapping for the Wrong Reasons, the Childish Gambino small film for Because of Internet, but I don't think she was. It was someone else. All right. AU government names.
Oh, whoa. Hey, Natasha Nicole, Matt. What's up?
Crazy. Hey, Alicia Angelica. Hey, Alexis Kia Brown.
Hey!
Brown.
Kia Brown.
Kaya. All right, Kaya.
Kaya.
Hey, Jasmine and Deja Kelly.
Exposed.
Hey, what? Jasmine, Deja Kelly. Hey, Izzy. Hannah Harrison. The government. Do not repeat that. Eleni. You trying to catch me?
Eleni.
Hey, Ariel Asante Atkins. Hey, Caitlin Sarah Chin.
Oh.
Hey, Sarah Ashley Barker.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, Elena Denise Coates.
Oh my God.
What the government?
Hey, that's me.
Hey, Aaliyah Marie 9.
Why the government though? Actually, I like my middle name.
Hey, Kiera LaJoy Leslie. How are you? That's the thing.
Yes. My whole name is the same. I did.
Because it's two names,
yes,
technically.
2 names.
Alive.
Tala.
Tala Abe.
Yes.
Okay, cool. How are you?
I ain't gonna lie, like that's the most serious that I've ever seen Tahina, bro. Her explaining her name. And she's even smiling then.
Because it's two names,
yes,
technically.
2 names.
Alive.
Tala Abe.
Wow.
Tala Abe.
Yes.
Okay,
Olive
cool.
Talahave. Tahina Olive Talahane Papao. Papao. All right, next. All right, Jaslyn. Okay, let's react to some streamer stuff, and then I'm out of here, bro. I'm going back to sleep for an hour. Oh no.
Nobody is more righteous. Nobody is more saved. Nobody is more holy than nobody, right? The only way to be righteous out of the eyes of God is to confess with your mouth and believe in your heart that Jesus Christ died for your sins. That's the only thing. I'm not more saved. I'm not more holy because I read the Bible and I highlight some words and I do this and do that. It doesn't make me better than you. Doesn't make you less than me. Right. So he says that so we being many are one body in Christ. All of us. Nobody is more righteous. Nobody.
W Aries, bro. W Aries, dog. Man, this is beautiful, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like what Aries doing, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It made me emotional, bro. Like that's some real stuff. That's some real stuff, bro. For sure. DDG TikTok live hopping. Music. We got music. Shit, ugly, bro.
Well, what you doing on here?
What are you doing on here?
I was just scrolling and I seen it.
Bro, DDG is stupid. This dude is a great entertainer, bro. Like, bro, he just know how to entertain, dog. Like, I never, bro. He really like, he one of them, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm glazing DDG. It is what it is, bro. He really one of them. India Love, give me a somebody game.
Like the judging after, like, oh my god, like, you know, you're not gonna be able to help that ever. Look at me, the fuck. Like, look at me. You just have to keep swimming, just keep swimming, and keep doing you, and creating good digital footprints for yourself. I'm somebody that has like a lot of like mistakes on Front Street because I was like somebody on the internet, and then all my digital footprints are like, not all of them, but most of them are like very male driven. Mm-hmm. So then that became my reputation. It's like, oh, she fuck with this guy, this guy, this guy. Even though I'm a person that's just a cool person to be around, and I love memories and taking pictures and shit. But that's something I wish I would have stopped doing as much as like posting my memories and pictures and content and shit with these guys because they did whatever they wanted. Yeah, they did whatever they wanted with that versus me just keeping it to myself and not being so I don't give a fuck. Like, you actually should give a fuck because you're going to look back, be like, fuck.
Hey, W India Love, bro. W big sister advice.
No, he told me that it would be fine. It's because we cleaned up.
No, it was 150 more because we have a zero tolerance policy for even 1 minute.
What they got charged 150 for going 1 minute over time? Nah.
Okay, we'll take it out with the app because there's no way the guy just.
No, that's crazy. Nah, we ain't doing that. You gonna charge me 150 for going 1 minute over? We ain't doing that. Nah. If it was 15 minutes or something like that, I get it. We not doing 1 minute.
What the fuck? You ain't no man.
Streamers don't fuck with me, so I stay in my.
I know niggas don't fuck with you.
All right, come on.
But, I'm just keeping it real.
You're supposed to say no. I feel you're a great guy. Man, fuck.
I don't know if you're a great guy.
Whatever.
I just met you.
It's cool, dog.
Like we gonna figure that out.
All right. You're not structured. You are not structured.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna bite my tongue. They saying like I can't speak my opinion. I don't never speak my opinion, but I did just now.
Yeah, it's great.
What the fuck?
He was being honest. Funny Mike was being honest, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He was being honest. You're in that structure. I paid you that. Like, we were cool, but you're not doing that. How you gonna pay someone to bully you? Good. Someone had to tell him. Funny Mike, that's scary. He gonna tell him like it is. Nobody want to be associated with this racist. All right, next. Here we go. We going to Clover.
Yo, bro, pull up on me, gang. Yo, what a nigga acting on? What a nigga acting on? What a nigga gotta do to see this nigga, chat? This nigga he don't fuck with niggas, man. What a nigga gotta do to see him? Nah, bro, why you moving like that?
You know my new name?
No, fuck your new name. Fuck your old name, bro.
Bitch.
Bro, I thought you was pulling up.
My new name is Incognito.
Bro.
Bruh, I just said this, bro. When I said Clover gotta tighten up, I said the only people who don't have nothing on them on their name publicly is Punga and like Reggie. Reggie ain't did nothing, you know what I mean, recently that done stained Casanat legacy or name. I ain't gonna lie, man. Punga ain't got nothing on his name, bro. Punga is his nose clean. All right, next. We staying within Clover.
Dat is de speakers in die segment. You're so happy. Bro, é meme, bro. É do que tweet.
Use no baby. Use no baby. Oh man.
Y'all gotta control my life. Call this and say you're so epic. Hello? Yeah, what's the word? You so epic. He just hung up.
My boy, you see he answered with a lower register and everything. Yo, what's the word? That's gonna hunt him for a long time. He's so epic. Oh man. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. All right, here's another one with this.
Calm today. That's the word, bro. Right.
Go, Giants.
I got you.
2021, like 2021?
No.
Wait, 2021?
Nah, this shit is tough, bro.
She epic? No, I'm epic, bitch. No, I'm epic, bitch. No. I'm epic. I'm epic. New York City, what? New York City. No. Like, New York City. Oh, what the fuck? New York City. Yo, I didn't.
Finally calm today.
New York City. All right, next. Ray. Let me see what Ray did.
Wait, let me tell Zoe.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what you do? Hold on. You calm down. Okay, calm down. You know what you do? What? Stop. Lost weight.
I already lost weight.
You know what? You eat too much.
Ray, you can't tell no little kid that. What, bro? What is? Oh my gosh, Ray. He don't have no internet. He don't have no sense. He don't have no common sense.
Hey, that's violating.
How? I'm telling you, it's healthier. It's healthy.
She knows I lose weight.
Huh?
She knows I lose weight.
You're gonna play basketball.
I should be here.
You play soccer, then you gotta pay more.
I should speak here. Wait, let me tell Zoe.
Bro.
Yeah, but you know what? Basketball.
Bro, she can't believe it, bro. She like even when the little kids is like, bro, I can't believe he said that. The little kids saying that.
You play soccer, then you gotta pay more.
I should speak here.
When you surprise the little kids like that, that's bad, bro. Ray gotta chill, bro. But he ain't gonna chill. This who he is, man.
So I just paid $6K for a regular plain Jane Rolex. You feel what I'm saying? This was what I got it for streamer prom originally.
Did that?
Yeah. So what I did was I just took the bezel off, took the face off of it, and I got it changed. You feel what I'm saying?
So it went up more.
No, it actually goes down when you do shit like that.
But
to an average nigga like you, then you can sell it to a nigga for more.
That's what I'm saying, nigga.
What carat gold is that?
I don't know. My parents got it. I think it's like 10. It's not that much. 14 or something.
10 shit. You know the value of gold recently went up even more. Like that change.
Yo, gang, why are you trying to why are you talking like that, Reggie? Like, hey, you start smoking weed one time, nigga wanna talk like a stepdad. Oh yeah, when a gold attribution went up.
He said like his stepdad. It's crazy.
And, oh yeah, that back in the fucking floor. I'm trying to teach you. Shut your bitch ass up, bro. You still a stud.
I can't put you on. So I just paid $6.
Oh snap. He is so hot. He should have just finished. Next, let me see what this is. What is this?
Tomorrow, I'm gonna be here again. After that, this Friday. No, I'm gonna be back. No, actually, I don't know. It's 20, 21, 22nd. Oh, actually. What?
thing you said, bro. He said, what? What?
No, tomorrow.
Hey, yo. He said he is every bad black stereotype. You gotta leave this shit. Bro, hey, Ricard, instead of just laughing at you, bro, like you are, you know what I'm saying, young, so just say, bro, like you got thick skin for sure, man. You definitely built for the internet, bro. I hope you continue to mature and just get better, bro, and just realize what people are saying, bro. Like, why it's such a big deal for black people, like, to not look a certain way, and not even respectability politics or like adhering or being white acceptable or whatever, but just like the history behind it, bro. Like, knowing about the root, the this, all that stuff, bro. Like, all that stuff matters, bro. Tay Too Smooth and 5-star.
Say, you feel me? First things first, you feel me? I just want to say these past few months have been probably the hardest months of my life, you feel me? You feel me? I realized that my actions have hurt other people and shit like that. It's not like I just realized. I realized over time, like, you feel me?
Yeah, nah, we ain't doing that, twin. 1.5.
Me just sitting and thinking, you feel me, going through life, I realized, bro, my actions really hurt a lot of people. And that's just something that I struggled with for the longest, is not coming to terms with what I did, you feel me? Because at the end of the day, nigga, I was wrong, you feel me? I can admit that, you feel me? I was wrong. I've done a lot of wrong, you feel me? But I've decided to stop being delusional. I was very delusional. You feel me? First person I want to apologize to in this video is Max, you feel me? Bro treated me like a brother, made sure I was right. Nigga believed in me, but I still betrayed his trust and did him wrong. And I felt like I was right in the time, you feel me, when shit happened. I thought I was in the right, you feel me? I was like, yeah, no, these niggas didn't fuck with me like that. Like, I thought they fucked with me, but like, you feel me? Looking back on this shit, bro, it wasn't that deep. Getting made fun of was never that deep, bro. You feel me? At the end of the day, niggas was on my shit because I was letting niggas slide with that shit, you feel me? I should have been stepped up, I should have been manned up. And that's really on me, I'm not gonna lie. Bro didn't deserve any of the shit that I said or any of the shit that I did, you feel me? All he did was believe in me. So I'm truly sorry for that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I really will apologize.
All right, so that was Tay Too Smooth's apology. If you don't remember what Tay Too Smooth did, he was a member of 5-star, which is Playboy Max's group of content creators and musicians and / multi-hyphenates, multi-talented people. Some people is like Sauce, the former, I believe he played tennis at Howard University, which is like a fun fact. But yeah, Sauce, he does, he plays basketball in 1v1s because he's an athlete. He, makes music on stream, and then he does the girl content. He really is trying to make it that next push as a streamer. And he was at Streamer University, all that stuff. Shouts out to Sauce. But that's 5-star, right? Tay Too Smooth was a part of 5-star. Max brought him all the way up during his come up when he joined FaZe, and he became like a mainstream streamer, everything like that. And Tay got exposed for having a burner account where he was talking down on Max and talking down on everybody. And he was defending Tay when people were joking about Tay in clips, and it's like, they need to use Tay in more segments. Max don't really use Tay like that. And when he got exposed for all that and talking bad about Max and stuff, Max cut him off. So this is him a year later saying, I apologize to everybody. Please take me back type deal. So this is what Max has said in response.
You feel me? I realized that my actions have hurt other people and shit like that. It's not like I just realized. I realized over time. Like, you feel me? Just sitting and thinking. You feel me? Going through shit.
But I ain't gonna lie. The apology on Grammy weekend is crazy. Like you got to think about certain times. Like, there's some people that I just be like, dang, bro, like I'm not cool with no more, and I just want to reach out and check in on them sometimes. But like, I can't do that after they was like on the carpet of, you know what I mean? The Golden Globes or on their birthday, like those, or holidays, like that stuff is obvious. Like, I can't reach out during that time. Like, I got to reach out at another time where they was just on my mind randomly. So yeah, but doing this on Grammy weekend when Max is being honored and acknowledged for his contributions to music is crazy.
Boy, you ain't not. Boy, you ain't not KC3, nigga. Yo.
Hold on, chill. Yo, bro. Yo, all right, hold on.
Shit, going through life, I realized, bro, my actions.
Gotta report it.
All right, next Next. It says streamer tweaked out. All right, let me see what this is. Oh, this dude. Lasari, whatever his name is, clears up after accidentally exposing disturbing content on that notepad while on stream. He said, I'm only into 2D Thai content. I don't watch, seek out, or download real world 3DP. And I do not engage with or support anything involving minors. Immers in any form. After the stream, the files and links that showed up were looked into. There is no illegal material in them. The problem was how bad some of the titles looked and the fact that I didn't shut things down fast enough on stream. No. The problem is they were even titled that. This is on me. I handled everything poorly. I get why people are troubled, and I should have taken it more seriously in the moment. I'm owning up to that, and I wanted these facts to be clear. Thank you for allowing me this time so I could focus on fixing myself. Yes, fix yourself, son. Do better, you know what I mean? And all of that stuff, bro. To all of you guys, I appreciate y'all genuinely so much. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the love. I got to go to sleep because I have to start my day in about an hour. Oh, it hurts just thinking about. But we're going to get through it. You're going to get through it, whatever you need to get through. My name's Rashad Milligan. Please subscribe because this is the road to 10K subs, baby. We on there. We going to do it. Please subscribe because we live or doing some content on this channel each and every single day as we have for the past 330 days. Original content, original live streams, everything like that. 333 days in a row. We are 35 more days away from 365. Oh my gosh. When I started this, I was like, let me just see if I could do 40 days Lent. I ended up doing 330 days. And I'm like, I might as well get 365 now, baby. Hey, I'm talking about Mountain Dew, baby. This is a part of my... Man, come on, man. I'm going to sleep, bro. Y'all take care of yourselves. Yeah, have a good Friday whenever y'all watching this. Love you. God does too. And till next time, have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Have a good day. If nobody else told you today, I care for you. Please take care of...
Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.